Hey guys, what's going on? Hope everybody's having a good day out there today, and thanks for tuning into the channel. Much appreciated. And today I'm going to give you guys an overview of what I think the three greatest all-time summer bass fishing lures are in man-made impoundment specifically. These are tried and true tested lures. I'm going to sort of go over each one of them. I'm going to sort of tell you the applications and the scenario it works best. And I'm confident you guys will pick up a few more bass if you concentrate just on these three lures over the next 2 or 3 months. So just a quick reminder, guys, just wanted to remind you all, if you haven't had a chance to, please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it. That's much appreciated. And also, I'll include the Baitworks intuitive angling link in this description. So if you guys are interested in ordering some of these baits, or if you just want to order some tackle, you can go to the Baitworks online store. Use that link that I provide, and our channel, Intuitive Angling, gets a small percentage of those sales, which is a great way to help support the channel. If you guys wouldn't mind doing that, much appreciated. Okay, let's get into the three here. My favorite, a lot of this, guys, is regional. It depends on the water types that you fish, the water clarities, the composition of the lake, whether it's a river system, man-made impoundment, highland reservoir, lowland impoundment, the TVA lake. Then you got your natural lakes too, but specifically I want to gear this around your typical man-made impoundment. Also, this would apply to any of the TVA lakes as well. It seems like, if I talk about like area-specific stuff, like, Grass in Florida, or, Lake St. Clair, natural smallmouth lakes, those videos don't get quite as good a reception from everybody. I mean, still do them because everybody needs to know how to be well-rounded, but today we're going to concentrate on what I think is what a lot of the guys fish, a lot of the types of water that they fish. So anyway, these particular baits, I'm going to talk about them in the sequence that they're productive as far as in the summertime of the year. So let's talk about June. We're going to talk June, July, and August. That's what we're going to cover pretty much here. So I've really got each lure that I show you guys here is going to work in every month of the summer, June, July, and August. But specifically, each one of these has a strong point in its particular month. So I'll explain why on that. The first one I want to talk about, best all-time lure for the month of June, is the deep diving crankbait. Deep diving crankbaits are, without a doubt, the best tool that you can use to catch the biggest bags of fish in the month of June that there is. What happens, we've talked about this if you guys have watched some of my videos the last few weeks extensively. A lot of these fish, after they spawn in May, late May, they move out to those ledges, hard spots, secondary points, main lake points, that type of stuff, any type of hard structure where there are breaks. And the personality and the mood of the fish that they're in, once they move out to that deeper water, there's not a better bait than a deep diving crankbait to catch those fish. This is when the bass are most aggressive deep, and this is when the schools are the largest deep. And if you're in a lake or a river system, I don't care if it's Kentucky Lake, or I don't care if it's Grand Lake in Oklahoma or Lake Eufaula in Alabama, you get these deep diving crankbaits that run anywhere between 8 to 20 feet, and you can mop up on them. A lot of different favorite brands out there, guys. I've caught a ton of fish. This is a Megabass Deep 6, but this is not the only one I use. I probably caught more fish on a, let me get one out here if I can find it here. On a, yeah, just 1 second. Over the years, I've probably caught more deep June cranking fish on a DD22 than I have about any deep diving crankbait. This is one of my favorite deep diving crankbaits. It pulls, the difference is it pulls a lot harder than one like the Megabass Deep 6. Or even the Strike King 6XD. This bait pulls a lot of water. The profile of it just catches hogs, man. So it doesn't really matter, what deep diving crankbaits you use, as long as you get one that's knocking down there in that 8 to 20 foot zone. Really good way to catch the biggest bag that you're going to catch. So what happens is, as July progresses a little bit, those fish start to get off of the deep diving crankbait. You can still catch a few, but for whatever reason, their metabolisms change, the way they position on structure changes more, and they get off it a little bit as you get into July. And my second favorite summertime lure of all time in the month of July is a big worm. This is the Zoom Old Monster. It's my favorite summertime worm. I also use the Old Monster Magnum, which is even bigger than this. This is a 10-inch worm, by far my #1 all-time July bait that there is. When these fish, a lot of these fish in the summertime, like I said, they're setting up on those hard structure places, the offshore places in June, and they don't leave that a lot. They'll use the same water in and around those drops, ledges, humps, high spots, points, secondary points, main points. So whatever the lake, the structure that you have in your lake, they'll stay on those same structures all summer. But again, they position different on the points. They relate differently to structure and the bait preference they have. You'll find, guys, that you get a lot more bites and you catch a lot more big fish by going with a big worm in July. And specifically what I'm looking for in July on this is I'm looking for deeper brush piles, I'm looking for rock piles, I'm looking for any type of hard structure breaks, just your typical offshore summer fishing. And I'm fishing this most of the time on anywhere between a 5/16 to a 3/8 ounce weight, normally like on 15-pound test Seaguar and Vizex line, on a flipping stick in that deep water. And you'll be amazed about how many more bites that you get in July with that big worm. Now, again, as it gets into August, these fish start to change a little bit more. As you get into August, the deep diving crankbait becomes even less effective. You know, very seldom will I fish a deep diving crankbait in the month of August or a big worm. What I'm doing as it gets into August, specifically in early September, that's when I start going to the shallow square bill crankbait. This is my third out of the list of 3, my third favorite all-time summer bass lure. What I'm looking for this is you'll find out in August that a lot of those fish that are out in deep water on those points, they gradually, incrementally start moving into shallow water. They hunt out dirtier water, they hunt out shallow targets, laydowns, any type of wood, rock transitions. And this is the time of year I hunt more of the upper creek sections, river sections, look for that off-colored water and fish the square-billed. This is a Megabass S-Crank, my favorite square-bill crankbait. Start fishing this stuff around any type of shallow cover, specifically if you have water visibility less than 2 feet. So that's my 3 favorite, guys. Big crankbait, big deep diving crankbait in June, a big worm in July, and a square bill crankbait in August. Those 3, I probably caught more big summer bass on this combination of the 3 in the month I told you about than any other bait categories out there. So just give them a try. Try these profiles, vary up the colors based upon the water clarity that you're in. And once you master these baits, I'm confident that you guys will really add up to some more hogs this summer for you. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Much appreciated. We'll be back soon with another one.